Here we go. Today is November 18th, 2010. I am David K. Williams Jr., but as always, you can call me Dave. Solamente Dave. Day 2 of the Blue Carp video podcast, and just like yesterday, I still have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Maybe the audio and video will be in sync today. I have no idea. I'll pray to the internet gods and seek their blessing. I appreciate the feedback from yesterday. Leave more, good, bad, indifferent. Call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner. What is going on in the world today? Penny Parker has a front page article on the Denver Post, and she normally writes the society column, but today she's writing about GOP gubernatorial candidate Scott McKenna, who failed in his bid to get the Republican nomination. And as I said, normally she writes in the society column, and strangely enough, I have never been mentioned in the Denver Post society column. Now, why is that? Does she not cover bingo night at City Pub? That's society, my friends. But I digress. Back to the article, Penny said that Scott McKenna, and I will quote, this is how she described him at one point, the former congressman who was the darling of the GOP's quest for the top job in Colorado. McKenna has been a lot of things. I don't think he's ever been a darling. More TSA nonsense that just continues. The chief of TSA yesterday said that they would not change the policy of giving flyers an option. One, of having naked pictures taken of you, or two, being sexually assaulted by a federal agent before you can board a plane. Now, he admits the process is invasive, but says it is necessary. Every expansion of government power is deemed necessary by those that want the power. In 1783, William Pitt summed it up, and this is a truth that is just as truthful today as it was 200 years ago. He said, necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedom. It is the argument of tyrants. It is the creed of slaves. Don't be a slave. Don't submit to tyranny. It's like the frog in the boiling water. Everybody knows the story. If you've got a pot of water, you put a frog in it, you put it on the stove, you turn it up, the frog just sits there as the temperature gets hotter and hotter and it begins to boil, and now you got frog soup. But if you've already got the water boiling, you put the frog in, he goes, hey, wait a minute, I'm in boiling water, and he jumps out. Well, we are in a pot, and the water's getting warmer and warmer, and it's about time we took notice of that and said, hey, is it getting hot in here, or is that just me? Because that's exactly what the TSA is doing. It's exactly what the federal government is doing. A little bit more power over you, a little bit more control over what you can do, a little bit more infringement upon your actual body in this case. One flyer was quoted in the Denver Post article on this subject. He said, quote, I have nothing to hide, so what's the problem? Frankly, that attitude is offensive. That's not an American attitude. If that's the philosophy by which we want to live, then you've got to have no problem if you get pulled over and the cops say, I want to look in your trunk. You'll say, sure, I've got nothing to hide. You want to look in my glove box? I got nothing to hide. Hey, you want to check my pockets? I got nothing to hide. If that's your philosophy, you've got no problem letting the state come to your house and look around, right? Hey, you've got nothing to hide. Let them look around. Someone else was quoted in the article as saying, it might be an invasion of privacy, but we are talking a matter of life and death. Now, the state cultivates that fear, so we'll submit to that authority. With all due respect, screw that. Don't submit. Don't fall for this cultivated atmosphere of fear that doesn't exist in reality. You've got less likelihood of dying in a plane blowing up than you do driving your car around. They create this fear to expand their power. And one other thing, those machines that take the naked pictures are very expensive. The feds are buying lots of them. Someone is getting rich. Now, government, we know, has got the incentive to generate this fear as a pretext for expanding its power over us. And some private individuals have the incentive to do the same thing to get rich. Don't succumb. Rock the boat. Now onto a more a little lighter subject. Today's Prince William Royal Wedding Update. I still don't care. I'm Dave Williams. You can follow me on www.bluecarp.com. Follow me on Twitter @BlueCarp or on Facebook.com/BlueCarp. And if you are interested in knowing on what is going on at the Colorado legislature, follow me on Twitter @Gadsden Society, and you'll know what's happening there. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2010. I'm Dave Williams, and as always, let freedom ring.